Hello, you gorgeously enlightened people. How are you? Today I'm talking about Pachamama. Who's Pachamama, you might ask? Well, it's the grandmother. It's the spirit of ayahuasca. And I'm going to tell you all about my experience with her on the other side. So I've been experiencing a communion with what's called Pachamama, Mama Tierra, whatever, the energy. You might call it Mother Nature. Okay, that's the sense that I get now after so long. And I've been, I've gone through some very difficult times with that experience. But now it's moved to another level. It's moved to a place where I literally, whilst I'm in that space, I have conversations with her and I ask her things now. I'm doing like an interview. That's basically where I am now. I start interviewing her and she answers. And, maybe she thinks that I've done enough work now to deserve some answers. So what happens for me in my experience, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but ever since the beginning, when that energy, Mother Nature energy, comes to me, I always see a very voluptuous woman. Okay? She's always voluptuous and terrifying at the same time. Voluptuous, but always voluptuous. Big hips, big boobs, lots of hair that often turns into snakes and all kinds of stuff, but basically like that. Okay? And I would say voluptuous stroke sexy, but not sexy as in like, whoa, I'll have a bit of that. No. Sexy as in, ooh, sexy, but wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. Okay? That kind of sexy frightened. Anyway, now kind of like the last few times she's been coming and showing me all of these, voluptuous kind of shapes that she is. And I said to her, just for like having a jokey conversation, I said, so why do you have such big hips? Okay? Why always like big exaggerated hips? And she said, I have big hips because I give birth to the world. Okay? And she said it with such force, like it wasn't a joke, because often the medicine jokes with me. She jokes with me. Not just she, but all of the other little pixies that I talk to. They're always very funny. But no, she was absolutely congruent. She said, I give birth to the world. And she said, I am the source. Okay? I created everything. And that's what she said. It was like this big statement for me. And I was at the time I was thinking, wow, you created everything. And I was thinking, so is she purporting to be God by saying that? And I was a little bit I was confused. And I was thinking, is she saying she's God? She created everything. Anyway, then we moved on and I said to her, so tell me, why are you so sexy? All right, because she's like, there have been times, let me tell you, there have been times when she's kind of come and started being like lascivious in my things, but like showing me things that I didn't want to see, like parts of her that I didn't want to see, but everything with teeth, everything with like vipers, and it like is like the least, very sexy, but no thank you, not going near that. Anyway, so I said to her, but it's kind of like her way. It's hard, it's very difficult to describe. I cannot describe what the experience is like. I can only give you like a potted version of it, but just so you understand. Then we got on to a bit more conversation, and I said to her, what do you think about liars? Okay? What do you think about lying and liars? And she showed me images of the devil. And I said to her, so why why are you showing me the devil when I ask you about lying? And she said, because Satan is the father of all lies. And I thought, oh, that's from the Bible, I think. But it was another congruent answer. And she was not in favour of lying. I mean, if there's nothing more honest than ayahuasca. It is the most honest. If you want to be in an honest place, have that session. Honest, so brutally honest. And you learn about yourself. You don't learn about yourself. You are shown things about yourself that you already know, that you've ignored all of your life. It's like total and utter honesty that she provides. However, just as an aside, caution, don't believe everything that you're told in ayahuasca. Don't believe everything that ayahuasca tells you, right? Because it's mad. It's absolutely mad. And sometimes people are given messages and they change their entire life, and it's not always a good thing because it's mad. So you've got to kind of pick between, you know, it's always in the latter stages after the madness, which just has no meaning sometimes. I tried to search for it and I was given a slap on the hand, and she said to me, stop looking for meaning in all of that. Okay, but afterwards, when you're just coming out of it, that's when you get these incredible insights. So she wasn't happy about lying, and she said it was the devil. Step forward to a conversation I had with the emissaries, because I was perturbed about this I created everything. And I said to the emissaries, because they know, you know, I've had lots of conversations about what I do, and they're very happy with that, but they say that they have no part in it. They come away because it's not their domain. That's what they say. Yeah, it's not their vibe, man. And I said to her, she said that she created everything, that she gave birth to the world. What is Pachamama in your estimation? And they said the energy, that earthbound Mother Nature energy, is the essence of all creation. And then they said this, which put it into perspective for me. They said, she is the tool that was used in creation. So not God, but the actual tool. And I suppose if you think about it in terms of Mother Nature was created and then went on to create. Yeah, and Mother Nature constantly is a creator. Is a creator. It's the earth plane, and that's why the emissaries don't. They always say we are withdrawing, because I talk to them. You know, I'm going to start. They say we are withdrawing now, but we're leaving you in good hands. That's what they say. But this is the tool that was used, I suppose, by God as the creation tool. And they said, there's nothing more honest than creation. Creation is the most honest thing. You know, Pachamama is the most honest thing I've ever experienced in my life. And they said, she knows, and I'm saying she, I'm personifying it, okay? But it's just because when you've got to experience it to know. Everybody personifies it after they've experienced it, okay? And they said, this is her creation, and she sees how the devil has dominion over it and how he's doing awful things. You see, I'm saying it's a he, the devil, whatever, that energy. And the devil is doing awful things to it. I mean, let's be honest, you know, there's an awful lot of her that's being attacked in awful ways by this awful society, this awful structure that we have. And so that's why she's not very happy with the devil or liars. And I asked the emissaries, do you have contact with that energy? And they said, no, we know of it, we're aware of it, but it's outside of our remit. It's a completely different part of all that is, I suppose. And so that's what I wanted to tell you about Pachamama. Okay, Pachamama. What's interesting, I just saw somebody who put a comment on one of the videos that I did about ayahuasca, and they said, it has completely changed my life. I live my life in a completely different way since the grandmother came. Okay, and that was a comment from Madam Moon, who was somebody who we know one another and we used to work together. So people personify that energy because when you go there, you are with her and she's with you, for better or for worse. And at the beginning tends to be worse, and then later on for better. Interesting. It's an interesting. The more that I do this, the more I see kind of how things are structured out. I mean, I don't understand anything, but I kind of get this feeling that there are certain things that are going on, you know, that certain structures. I don't know. It's an interesting little thing to experience. Interesting big thing. It has completely changed my life, I've got to say, and it's completely changed the way I think about things. So there you have it. That's Pachamama for you. Be careful, because she's a bit juicy, she's a bit sexy, and she's a bit scary. I love you all, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.